Okay, this is part 5. Overlapping the end of part 4. The first printer in North America was Juan Pablos. He arrived in 1539 and set up his press in Mexico City. Other printers followed, and Mexico became a printing center in North America. But it would be 100 years before printing reached what is now the United States. The first book printed in colonial America was a Book of Psalms printed by Matthew Day in 1640. Later came prayer books, almanacs, Bibles, sermons, lesson books, and newspapers, all produced on wooden presses using Gutenberg's now traditional process. In 1814, after centuries of using history's oldest printing machine, the hand press was finally superseded and virtually discontinued forever as a production tool when Frederick Koenig sold his first power-driven press to the London Times. Koenig's invention immediately lowered printing and composition costs by 25% and made possible the production of inexpensive and longer publications of every kind. From the mid-1800s to the mid-1900s, a series of concurrent developments greatly widened public access to print. Steam-powered cylinder presses, stereotype plates, and paper mass-produced from wood pulp greatly increased the output and decreased the price of printed material. By the end of the 19th century, several hundred times as many pages were printed per capita as at the beginning of the century. Mass production of printed material became easier in the 19th century through a series of improvements in press designs. The first power-driven cylinder press sold to the London Times in 1814 speeded printing, carrying paper to a circular fashion around a cylinder to contact a flat form of type below. In 1846, R. Hoeing Company produced a type revolving press, the first to use rotary cylinder-to-cylinder principles. In 1856, William Bullock produced the first web-fed perfecting press, capable of printing on both sides of a continuous roll of paper. The Industrial Revolution contributed one of the most significant technologies when on July 3, 1886, Ottmar Mergenthaler, a German immigrant, demonstrated to the New York Tribune a machine that today is regarded one of the 10 greatest inventions of all time, the linotype machine. The linotype and similar technologies completely revolutionized printing and publishing, allowing far more pages to be printed in newspapers and magazines than was possible with hand-set movable type. The first practical typesetter that did not require molten hot metal to produce images was the photosetter, tested by the Harris Intertype Corporation in 1946. Hence, a synergy of photography and typesetting became the mainstay of typesetting technology until the mid-1980s, when desktop publishing took over the typesetting function for most printing applications. So back in 1789, in Prague, Alois Sederfelder invented a process that would alter the world of print. That was called lithography. The term means stone printing. It is based on the principle, I'm going to stop here, I got to go back and start over this section. So this will be the end of section of part 5.